YouTubers, it's Redlipblonde, and we're on video 2, Truth Seekers, the Spirit of Marilyn Monroe. In her own words, through the Holy Ghost, sent to me to write down and to review and to research the meaning of her words so that we can connect the dots and know the truth from what she wants us to know. And her death has always been a mystery, and I hope by unraveling her words sent to me through the Holy Ghost to share with you and to gather this information so that we can link everything together through Marilyn's own words and truth so that the truth will set us free. And so, let's continue. There's a lot of information I've gathered in the past week. I'm still scribbling it down and researching the meaning of the words that are connected to Marilyn's name. Basically what I do, I described this on my first video, that I saw a gentleman do a mystery envelope that his friend gave him without knowing what was inside, and he basically went into a meditative state and drew up through his mind words and phrases and questions they had, and kept an open mind and wrote them down. And once he gathered up, after a couple hours of doing this, everything, he's gotten pictures in his mind and words, formed them together to give an answer to what could be in the envelope, and his guess was the JFK assassination. And sure enough, when he opened the envelope, boom, there it was. And so I thought this was quite intriguing, so I decided to try it myself through the Holy Ghost. I'm not a psychic. I'm not saying that I'm a predictionist or a visionary or whatever, but I believe God has given us all a uniqueness or awareness in wanting to seek the truth. I've always been driven by knowing the truth and wanting to know the truth of everything, as we all, I'm sure, do think about the truth in spirituality, the truth in why people die, whatever your question is. But I've decided to pick a celebrity for my subject, and I've chosen Marilyn Monroe because she's like the all-time mystery, what really happened kind of deal. And I just want to go right to the truth, to the source, which is to Marilyn through the Holy Ghost. I said a prayer, and I've gotten so many words I've never even knew myself. I'm not a researcher. I did not go on and read about Marilyn's life. I know just this basic stuff that we all hear, that she supposedly got murdered, and it could be the CIA, it could be the mob, it could be Jack Kennedy. Who knows, you know? Everyone's got their own theory, but I try to keep my personal opinions out and just picked up whatever came into my mind. And I'm just as flabbergasted as you all are going to be when I continue reading the words that I got from her and following them up online to research where these words brought me to. And I've been finding out such lengthy and detailed information that I never knew about, and I'd like to share them with you so that we can find the truth. And so once we link everything together, I'm sure it'll be a clear picture as to, you know, what really happened and what Marilyn wants to say. Maybe she doesn't want to tell us everything. To me, this is the only real answers that I'll ever get. And so far, everything that she's described to me on paper has come out 100%. There's always a link with her name to it. No matter where it leads me, it's got her all over it. And what are the odds of that? Having over 60 words or phrases or numbers that mean nothing to me, and have them actually come up meaning something connected to Marilyn. So let's get started. Excuse me, I'm a smoker. I know, I'm bad. Okay, so today's video, number 2, the spirit of Marilyn Monroe, the truth. Alright, so we'll go with the word wire, weir. This is what I visualized, G-U-E-R-E. So I went online, and what I found to have a connection with Marilyn was a word meaning war, and it's a French phrase meaning war, weir. And then it took me to an online Wikipedia, and it's the word weird took me to the word on Wikipedia, pseudonym, P-S-E-U-D-O-N-Y-M, pseudonym. And when you look that up, it means a person or group who assumes a particular name for a particular purpose, which differs from the original name, to hide one's real identity. So, specifically, when I asked her question, I asked who killed her, basically straight up. And that's where I got the word wire. I just put a note next to this word. And obviously, the person that killed her had an assumed identity. This is what I'm getting. Or maybe had changed his or her identity after the fact of killing her. So, that's a possibility, too. And while I'm on the subject, I'm going to go up to this page, because right after that, I got the word two men. And basically, when I put up Marilyn Monroe and connected 2 men next to her name, online it gave me, it said Muggsy and Needles, sent by Giancana, were at her LA home to kill her with an injection of lethal enema. And it was a way of them entering the home in the wee hours to destroy Marilyn and blame it on a suicide. There's an entire video on YouTube that you can watch. That's their theory, and that's what Marilyn led me to believe, because that was the only thing posted that I could see through the word 2 men and the word G-U-E-R-E, war. It means attack. And then the 2 men word came up. So it involved 2 men who attacked, who, under pseudonym, had false identity to hide their identity. This is fascinating to me. I would have never came to this conclusion. But this is from Marilyn, and these are the words that I've gotten to the spirit. So follow me, okay? And if there's any connections you see, you can leave a comment and maybe help me figure this all out. Okay, we'll go to, and that includes under pseudonym. We're going back to pseudonym. It can be a company or institutions like the Catholic Church, a different culture, organization, a tradition, act names used by members of religious institutions, or to have no reason a person feels no content of the I can't read my writing. So there's really no reason why you'd have to change your name, but a lot of constitutions, a lot of political figures and celebrities and corporations use false names to hide their real identity, and it's legal to do. So, yeah, that's pretty amazing. And it is the French meaning of war. I found that very interesting. Okay, the next word, I'm not really going in any pattern here when I ask certain questions. I just wrote them down, and then we can kind of gather them together to see where they fit. It's like a big puzzle. This is something I wanted to do before I did my video, but it's going to make it a little more exciting because I'm learning as much information as I gathered, and I'm sharing with you without actually reviewing anything. So this is going to be just as exciting and news to me as it is for you. The next word is Louis. Louis. Okay, and I found out Louis Vuitton was Marilyn Monroe's button earrings online. He has them up for auction. I believe he was a designer, and he made those round button earrings for Marilyn for the movie The 7-Year Itch. Who's to know? I never knew that. So there's a lot of information and tidbits. It's not always concerning her death, but there's a lot of other fun things to know about her life that she's given me through the spirit. So, like I said, they're in no particular order. The next word she gave me was Lou Clahern, C-L-A-H-E-R-N. And when I looked online, this was Marilyn's lawyer and sugar daddy in the movie The Asphalt Jungle. So, in brief, I just put that down. There's more information on Lou Clahern, C-L-A-H-E-R-N. So, y'all can go on and investigate that little piece of information and see if you can get more out of that name. I still have more research to do on that one. Like I said, it's going to take me a long time to finish. I have over 60 words and phrases and numbers and dates she's given me. So let's continue on. CIA. Well, that's a popular. Yeah, we all heard of them being involved. But like I said, I didn't put my own personal ideas into this. I let this come naturally through the spirit, and Marilyn gave me CIA. So I found the meaning around her name that's linked to that. It's said to have been the CIA that murdered Monroe. And there's several documentaries on YouTube that gather up the same information that Marilyn has given me. So definitely CIA related. And the next name she gave you was Lucy. It could be Lucy or Lucky, but I had Lucy Mackey. And I spelled it M-A-C-K-I-E. I have no idea who this is or what it is. And I came up with the connection that in 1939, Bob Mackey, wasn't Lucy, was a designer, with a limited edition collection of Marilyn Monroe clothes. So he was a clothes designer for Marilyn Monroe. Interestingly enough, good to know. Who knows, these people may have more information that we don't know about. Okay, the next word, I have already given you the two men. And the two men were known through the mob, which was affiliated to the CIA. See, you can actually piece these together. I can't wait to do so. I'll make a final video of this once I get the time to collect all the data and put it together. Right now I'm just giving you what I found in the Word, so I still have yet to link them all together, so it's going to take some time. Hoover. Oh, well, there you go. Revenge. Back at the Kennedys, as long as Marilyn Monroe was said to overdose, Giancana or Hoover had planned this so-called suicide, but they wanted to use the Kennedys' sex tapes in Maryland of a way of destroying the Kennedys. So Hoover's name was mentioned, and two men, like I said earlier, Muggsy and Needles and Giancana came up as sending these two men through some videos that are based on Marilyn Monroe's murder of injecting her with lethal enema. And Hoover knew about this. And it's based on Hoover and Giancana, who worked with Hoover, which they did have connections. The whole reasoning behind that was to destroy the Kennedys' reputation, because it's known that Hoover had a resentment against John F. Kennedy and his brother because of the personal investigation that Robert Kennedy wanted to get rid of all these mobsters. I don't think Hoover was very happy with that. The next word is Feinstein or Finstein. I have no idea why that name came to me. I found out that he's the man who found the pill bottle, and he took pictures of the pill bottle, and he was the photographer who took the picture of the pill bottle, basically. And Marilyn was found dead. He wasn't the officer who came into the room. He is a photographer that actually took photos of the famous brown pill bottle. And it's posted in museums and online and other magazines. Also, he was given Barry Feinstein, connected to Marilyn after her death within 4 hours. So he was there within 4 hours to take pictures of that upon her death. And this was written in a online statement under Feinstein. The next word is Marie. Marilyn Monroe's housekeeper, Murray. I guess that was her last name. Dawn Murray helped Marilyn Monroe in a movie, Bus Stop. So we have two Murrays here. We either have the housekeeper that Marilyn Monroe hired, and Marilyn Monroe also was friends with a film actor, Dawn Murray, who played in the movie Bus Stop with her. Never knew that. Thank you, Marilyn, for your information. She must have been close to him to bring up his name. Okay, the next word, Chris. K-R-I-S is what I got. Actually, Chris was a name that used to get Arthur Miller very upset with Marilyn Monroe because Chris was seeing a doctor that he didn't approve of. And I didn't write her last name down. But she is affiliated with Hoover. Okay, next I've got 1952. Just the date, just the year. And of course, the connection with that was, that's when she met Joe DiMaggio. And they married in 54. But they first met in 1952. So I'm sure Marilyn won't forget that year and how important that is to everyone to know the truth of her life. The next word I got was Lipkin, L-I-P-K-I-N. That's how I got it. Marilyn Monroe's doctor, who examined her prior to the Nut House episode. So Lipton was, I'm wondering if it's that female doctor, psychiatrist, or nurse, but it's on the website. Lipton was her doctor that examined her before she got convicted in the mental institution. I believe that's when she was still in New York, and she had a nervous breakdown. But it is known to be her doctor before she was committed. Lipkin, Lipkin. So you can find that yourself right online. More detailed information. Frank. I found Frank was Marilyn's friend who was working with Hoffa, saying lies about Marilyn Monroe. He was the one that was saying that she was having sex with Kennedy. And was planning to and he was stating that Marilyn Monroe was planning to remarry, and before she died. Okay. He was a reporter. Also, under Frank, I got a historian who wrote about Marilyn Monroe's life, and he published many books. I didn't write his last name down, but it's on the internet. Also, Frank told the truth that Marilyn Monroe was murdered, so it was his opinion that she was murdered, and he published many books, and he probably got a book about her murder, and his first name is Frank. Alright, continue on. I don't want to, it's taking up a lot of time. We'll have to go to video 3. I'm sorry I'm talking and babbling too long, but we'll hear more from Marilyn's words to the spirit to know the truth. See you on video 3. Take care.